Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in YouTube. Welcome in TikTok and welcome in FB. Come on in, come on in, come on in. If you've ever had a desire to get paid from helping others, get in this chat. We're going to get into it today. If you've ever had a desire to get paid from housing veterans, seniors, people coming home from prison, get into this chat. I'm going to be teaching you guys about that tonight. Hey, Maris. Is it Maris Way? Hello, hello. Welcome in. If you are just joining, and you're new here, drop a 1 in the chat so I can shout you out. Let me see if I can see these comments on FB. Make sure you guys hit a thumbs up on the live stream. Welcome in, YouTube. Y'all deep tonight. Come on in here. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome in, TikTok. Welcome in. So if you are seeing me for the first time, my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless to starting your own housing program. Anybody can get paid for their purpose, y'all. You do not have to start a nonprofit to do this. You do not have to be a group home. You do not have to have all this certification. I take everyday people and I turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. So get in this chat. Hey, Almond Joy. Hey, Elisa. So if you've ever had desire to get paid for your purpose, get paid from helping others, you need to get into this room. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can do this in any city, in any state. This is not just specific to one state, one city. When I tell y'all, I'm based in Atlanta and I have a total of 6 homes and 49 beds. And outside of just me, y'all, I have students that are up and running, doing their biggest one in different states across the US. I got students in Florida, Texas, Cali, New York, New Jersey, any state you name it. Any state you name it, I got success stories there. So this is proof that anybody could start this up, y'all. I have students that are felons that are winning in this business. I have students that are just single mothers. They work in a 9 to 5. So anybody can get paid from helping people. So get into this chat. Hey, Kwana. Hey, Kwana. Welcome in. So what about Colorado? I think I do have students in Colorado. Yep, I have students in Colorado. I have students on the West Coast. I had one student, and I think we had like a monthly meetup one day. And then she said, I'm in Iowa. I just got my house. I said, Iowa? I didn't even know we had nobody out there. But listen, we got students everywhere. And even if I don't have a student in that state, how about you be the success story and put on for your city, put on for your state? So get in here, get in here, get in here. So you might be thinking, how can I get paid to house the homeless? So here's the thing, y'all. I'm going to break down how anybody can get paid from starting their own housing program. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. You do not have to have all this experience. I started this business back in 2021. I'm still running to this day, and I have 6 houses and 49 beds. I am not no nurse. I'm not a CNA. I tell people I'm a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. That's the only difference. So anybody can start this up. Do you have students in Arizona? Absolutely. One of my top students, her name is Majesty. She's based in Arizona. She's a single mother and she got 3 locations. So yes, I do have students in Arizona. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, come on in, come on in. So you might be thinking, so how can I get paid from housing the homeless? So this is what I teach you guys. The business model that a lot of people are not talking about is called independent housing. I like to call it independent housing, but some people call it independent living. Some people call it co-living. Some people call it shared housing. Some people may call it like a halfway house, sober living. But here's the thing, y'all. The key thing is we are only housing individuals that are independent and high functioning. Independent and high functioning. Hey, Kawika. Kawika said, I'm just checking in from Charlotte, North Carolina. I got plenty of success stories in Charlotte. Plenty of them. So yes. So what we are starting up, y'all, this is the new wave. It's called independent housing. We not starting up group homes no more. We not starting up personal care homes, and we not starting up assisted livings. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why we're not starting those up. Number one, in order to even start a group home or anything like that, guess what? You're going to need to be licensed, zone certified. You're going to have all this experience. You're going to have to go through these certifications, go through inspections. With the business model that I teach you guys, which is independent housing, guess what? You ain't got to go to no city and say, hey, excuse me, do I have permission to house 6 unrelated individuals? No, you're not doing that. You do not have to sit here and give these people 3 meals a day. You are not bathing nobody up. So what you are going to focus on as a housing provider is providing housing only. Somebody type housing only in the chat, and I'm going to break it down even more for y'all. Type housing only. So let me tell you guys a few rules of the live stream. Number one, I'm going to need for you guys to participate. So what does that mean? Give the live stream a thumbs up. Tap the screen. YouTube, it's about 20 of us in here. Smash that like button. FB, y'all stop being weird and y'all hit the hearts on the live and share the live. TikTok, y'all tap the screen. But yes, we are providing housing only, y'all. When you focus on providing housing only and not giving out any services, you not sitting here acting like nobody's nurse, you don't need any license to do that. That's why anybody could start this up. You can even be a felon. That's why I have students that are felons that are in this business that are winning. Because when you focus on providing housing only, you don't have to go by those other set of rules. Now, the minute you get up in there and you start trying to get them people 3 meals a day and babysit them, now you're going to be operating like you're a group home or a personal care home. And guess what? You need a license to do that. So the business model that I teach you guys, there's no license for this. No zoning and no certification. That's why anybody can start this up. That's why anybody can start this up. So I want you guys to kind of think of this like Airbnb. So a lot of people are like, oh, this is like a rooming house. This is like a boarding home. Number one, I hate that word. This ain't that. This ain't that. So I like to think it is like an Airbnb. So if you've ever stayed at an Airbnb before, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. Kalika said, okay, I'm going to be the next success story, period. If you've ever stayed in an Airbnb, drop a 1 in the chat. Because before I was doing this business, y'all, I was doing Airbnb. And did you think I called the city and was like, excuse me, do I have permission to set up this Airbnb? No, I did not. I just went and got me an apartment, furnished it, and I started making my money. It's the same concept, y'all. We are not providing any services, just housing only. When you stick to the model that I lay out for you, when you stick to the blueprint that I teach you guys, you do not have to go through all of that zoning nonsense, red tape. So we are providing housing only as housing providers, as housing programs. Now, let me break it down even more for y'all, because you might be thinking, oh, so this is like renting out rooms. This is like, number one, this ain't that. This ain't that. So I want you guys to kind of get out of that landlord mindset. So if we have any homeowners, if you're a homeowner, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't own property, drop a 2 in the chat. I want to see who we got into the room tonight. So if you are a homeowner, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't own any property, drop a 2. Period. Hey, Marie. Okay, we got a lot of renters in the chat, and that's okay. That's okay. Let me see who winning. We got some 1s. We got some 2s. Let me see. I can't see if they're talking to me on FB. All right. So here's the thing. So for the homeowners in the chat, what I do is I have a lot of landlords inside of my community that are my students. But here's the thing. When you start this business, y'all, you are not a landlord anymore. You are not a landlord. Hold on, my phone on, do not disturb. You are not a landlord. You want to get out of that mindset. I put you in the mindset. You are a housing program. Language is everything, y'all. The minute you start calling yourself a landlord and calling these people your tenants, guess what? They're going to be like, oh, you got to evict me. Oh, you can't put me out. Listen, y'all, I've been doing this business since 2021. I've never done an eviction and I never will. Because guess what? I move like a housing program. I don't be up in there giving them people leases. I don't be up in there telling them, oh, you my tenant, you this, you that. So you want to structure your housing business as a housing program. Now, what does that mean? Let's take it back to Airbnb. So remember I told you guys, if you ever stayed at an Airbnb, we move like an Airbnb. So in order for these individuals to be in your house, they have to follow your program rules. So remember, you are a housing program. Drop program in the chat. I want to get it through y'all heads. Somebody type program in the chat. You are not a landlord. Nobody ain't your tenant. This is a program. Language is everything in this business. Cause y'all be calling the city, oh, I'm trying to set up a group home. And then people be like, oh no, you need a zoning permit. You need this, and that. Cause y'all go in there saying the wrong stuff. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's why you need to follow the blueprint that I lay out for y'all and use the language that I give you. So we are a program. And in order for the individuals to remain in your home, guess what? They have to pay their program fees, and y'all might call it rent, but we don't call it rent. So they pay program fees, and they have to follow the rules to be in your home. The minute somebody is not following the rules that you set, or they're not paying, guess what? They hitting the road. Simple as that. They hitting that road. So that's why I've been able to successfully run this business since 2021, and I've never done an eviction, y'all. When I tell my people to leave, guess what? They leave because they know that they're not no tenant, and they know the paperwork that they signed. They are in a program. So when you use the right language, guess what? You're not going to have to worry about all that nonsense. When you stand on business behind your program, listen, they're going to know how to act right. But we are structuring our independent housing as a program. As a program. Now you might be thinking, well, what type of people can we house? And you talk about homeless people. What type of homeless people? Now, the biggest misconception that y'all think when y'all hear the word homeless, you thinking that it's the person that's on the street corner with the sign, holding the sign up like this. I don't have no money. They strung out on substances. Those are not the homeless individuals that I teach you guys to go after. So the individuals that I teach you guys to go after, these people have money. So you might be thinking, well, how does a homeless person have money? If you're wondering, how does a homeless person have money to pay for their living expenses, drop a 1 in the chat and I'm going to break it down even more for y'all. Because a lot of people think when they hear homeless, oh, this person ain't got no money, you're not getting paid. But listen, I teach my students how to get paid. We're not playing those type of games over here. If it don't make money, it's not making sense. And this is not a charity, or this is not a nonprofit. This is a for-profit business. We get paid for what we do. And there's nothing wrong with getting paid to help others. So the type of business model that I teach you guys, this is called private pay. Private pay. So you might be thinking, what does private pay mean? Private pay means that the individuals that we house pay us directly. We're not getting paid through the state. We're not getting paid through any grants. We're not getting paid through any insurance. That's why anybody can set this up, y'all. That's why anybody can set this up, because the individuals that we house, they pay us directly. You don't got to sit here and wait 3 years to win a grant. You don't got to sit here and wait 6 months to get approved and get certified. When my students get into the door, guess what? They getting paid within 30 to 60 days. We're not playing that type of stuff. We're not playing those type of games on this channel. We really helping our community, and we get into a bag at the same time. So I teach you guys how to become financially free through starting impactful businesses, which is a housing program. Now, so this is private pay. Now, what does private pay mean? So the private pay means that the individuals that we house has different kind of incomes. Now, what does that look like? That can be Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of them even work jobs. So I teach my students to only go after housing individuals that have a guaranteed income. Why? Because you ain't going to have to chase these people down for no money. Period, Sanchez. Thank you for putting that in the chat. So listen, this is the type of income that you guys want to house. You want to house these people with this type of income. I pinned it in the chat. And make sure y'all taking notes. Make sure y'all taking notes too. If you're not on TikTok, you're not going to be able to see the pinned comment. But you want to house individuals that have a guaranteed income. And I'm going to tell you why. TikTok, y'all need to get me up to 5K likes. What we doing? And if you want me to continue, I'm going to need for y'all to engage, tap the screen. YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the live stream. FB, y'all hit the hearts too. Y'all acting funny tonight, but y'all hit the hearts too. So So this is why, and a lot of y'all be like, well, what happened if they don't pay? What happened if this? What happened if that? No, the people that we house, they pay every single month, y'all, because guess what? If they don't pay, they don't have anywhere to live. And a lot of people, and this is why a housing program is so impactful in our community and why it's so needed. Because if it's not for housing programs like us and like yours, the individuals that we house, they would either be living on the streets, they will be in a shelter, or they will be in a jail or prison. There's really no in between. That's why there is such a high demand for this type of housing, y'all. And let me say this, a lot of the demographics that we serve, a lot of the demographics that we house, they have to end up in housing programs like ours because they have bad credit, they're on a fixed income, and sometimes they have a background. This is really second chance housing, y'all. This is really second chance housing. You might be thinking, well, what's second chance housing? Second chance housing means that we provide opportunities to these individuals that a regular landlord would not provide them. So, for example, the people that we house, they cannot rent from a traditional landlord. A traditional landlord is going to require 3 times the rent. They're going to want these people to have a clean background. They're going to have good credit, and they don't have that. So where does that leave them? So that's why housing programs like us are needed in the community, because where else can they go to? Where else can they go to? Now, you might be thinking, well, how much can I get paid for this business? Now, I teach you guys how to get paid by the bed. Drop bed in the chat. Somebody type bed in the chat and we're going to break down what that means, because we're not getting paid by the rooms, y'all. We get paid by the bed in this business. So we are turning beds into bread. We getting money. We getting money. Period. So we turn beds into cash. We get paid by the bed, you guys. So this is called shared housing. So I teach my students to put a minimum of 2 beds into one room. So what does that mean? This is shared living, shared beds, y'all. And I always tell people, the more people you can help, the more money you can make. But that's not me telling y'all to put 10 people in one room. You still got to move with decency and integrity in this business. YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the live stream. Thank you. It's about 30 of us in here. It's free to like the live. It's not going to charge your card. So support the content by giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. So yes, we are putting a minimum of 2 beds into one room. And you might be thinking, oh, that's disgusting. How you have people sharing a room? Because they have no other choice, y'all. They really don't. And if you think about their current living conditions that they are in, they are sharing a shelter with 50 other people. So if we being honest, we are creating family-like environments in our homes, and we are actually giving these people a safe and structured place to call home. This is not a trap house, and this ain't no rooming houses. Sanchez said, my guys are very clean. I love them. Period. Period. So yes, this is shared housing, y'all. So you might be thinking, okay, well, if I'm getting paid by the bed, how much can I get? Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, the bed prices may vary. So I'm based in Metro Atlanta, and my bed price is $750 a month for a shared bed. Now, I want you guys to drop your city in the chat, and I'll let you know what my students are charging per bed in your area. Now, in my area of Metro Atlanta, my bed price is $750, but your area might be something different. So I have some students that are in Cali. They charge $950 to $1,000 per bed. So Florida, they're charging like $850 per bed. Flower says she charged $250. Is that $250 a week? And I believe she's in Florida. Harlem, I don't have anybody in Harlem yet, but I do have students in upstate New York. They charge about $850 per bed, $750 to $850 per bed weekly. Yeah, that sounds about right. So that's $1,000 per bed in Florida. Period. So Texas, they charge anywhere between $700 to $850. Georgia, it's about $750 to $850. Now, here's what's going to determine how much. Amor said Ohio is $650 per bed. That's great to know. So yeah, so Ohio, they're charging about $650 per bed. So here's what's going to determine how much your bed price is, y'all. Now, Number one is going to determine the cost of living in your area, because some places to live are cheaper than others. And then also is going to determine how much the individual can afford to pay that you are housing. Now, let me give you guys some perspective, right? Now, I told you guys my bed price is 750. Now, most of the people that I house, the most money they receive is $943 a month. Now, if a person is only receiving $943 a month, you can't charge them some crazy price per month. Now, let me say this. You can charge anywhere between $500 per bed up into to like 1200, 1500 per bed. It just depends. But everybody is not going to be able to pay them high prices, y'all. Now, I do have some people in my housing program that pay me 1,000 per bed, and I do have some people in my housing program that pay me 1,200 per bed. But that's not everybody, and that's why I don't lead y'all with that. So you have to be realistic. Don't be over here just, oh, I want the top dollar. I want top dollar. That's not realistic, y'all. I know you hear a lot of things on the internet telling you that you can get 1,500 per bed for housing this population, but that's not realistic. Is the likelihood of you being able to fill your house with straight people that's paying $1,500? That's a dream. It ain't happening. And I'm just being so real with y'all. Like, I don't get up here and sell dreams. Yes, anything is possible on this channel, but you still gotta kind of move with decency and use your common sense. Like, be so for real. But yeah, y'all, so you could get anywhere between $500 per bed up into 1,500 per bed, just depending on the individual that you're housing and how much they can afford. Now, I wouldn't charge nobody $1,200 per bed and they only get $943 a month. It's just not gonna make sense. So you have to kind of use your common sense and be reasonable at the end of the day. This is share affordable living, y'all. If you are just joining, drop just join in the chat and I'm gonna give you guys a recap. If you are just joining, drop just join in the chat. But my name is Lane. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. Anybody could start a housing program. I don't care if you're a felon. I don't care if you did 30 years in prison. I don't care if you got bad credit. I don't care if you a single mother. None of that matters here. You don't have to be no nurse. You don't have to be no CNA. You ain't got to be somebody that have all this schooling. You could be somebody with a middle school education. I tell my students, as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this business, y'all. I am not no nurse. I am not no CNA. I've been doing this business since 2021. I have 6 houses and 49 beds. I am a businesswoman first and a baddie immediately after. I tell people I found a way to get paid from helping others. So now I get on here and teach you guys how you can set these up in your cities and your state and your states, because the need for housing is everywhere. And unfortunately, I think homelessness is something that's going to always be around. But why not be the solution in your city? Why not put a dent in homelessness through starting your own housing program? It's simple. I'm not going to say it's easy, because the demographics we deal with, sometimes they can be a bit much, but I love what I do. When you're walking in purpose and you're doing what God calls you to do and you're helping others, I take those problems all day long, but instead of working a 9 to 5. Like, I don't have to clock into nobody's 9 to 5. I don't got to sit here and wait for no man to give me no allowance. Listen, we making our own money. It's 2026. If you don't have a business that's funding your lifestyle, what are you doing? What are you doing? You need to get in this chat. If you don't have a way to make an extra 5 to 10K outside of your 9 to 5, you really doing yourself a disservice, because with the way this economy is going, a 9 to 5 ain't enough. If we being honest, a 9 to 5 is not enough. So that's why I get on here and I teach you guys how to start impactful businesses, how to get paid from helping others. You do not have to be a nonprofit. You do not have to start a personal care home or a group home. Anybody can start this up. Adina said, it's my first time joining. Shout out to you, Adina. Listen, y'all better do it. She changed my life in just 90 days. Talk to him. Talk to him. I'm trying to tell them, the girls that get it, and the ones that don't. I teach my students how to get paid. You don't have to wait no 6 months to start this up. Listen, y'all, if you got a real work ethic, if you got a business mind and a work ethic, you can get paid in this business anywhere between 30 to 90 days. Now, if we have any homeowners in the chat, drop a 1. If you have access to property, drop a 1. If you don't have access to property, drop a 2. I want to see who we got in the chat tonight. Definitely a business mindset. Yes, let's get to it. I'm a first time viewer. Period, Angel. Shout out to you. Now, for my homeowners, listen, y'all already steps ahead. Now, you might be thinking, do I have to own a property or do I have to rent? Now, I rent properties, y'all. I teach my students how to do this through renting. I have permission to rent the homes that I rent to run my housing programs. So I teach you guys how to get permission from landlords and property management companies that'll give you full permission to run your housing program. Now, if you own property, I see we got a lot of homeowners in the chat. Now, if you own property, that's even better because guess what? You don't have to get permission from nobody to do what you want to do in your house. So y'all kind of get to skip a step. But for the ones that don't own property, that's okay too, because I don't own any property. And listen, I'm doing amazing in this field. I'm 6 houses in, 49 beds. So let's get back to the bed price, right? Because I want to show you guys how attainable it is to get to financial freedom through providing safe housing to individuals in need. Now, I want everybody in this chat to drop their freedom number. How much would you like to make monthly if you could? Is that an extra 5K? Is that 8K, 10K? I want everybody in the chat to manifest their dream income. If you can make this amount of money monthly, what would it be? What would it be? And I'm going to show you guys how to get to your freedom number through the beds that we provide in our homes. 10K, 10K, 8K, 20K, 15K. All right. We got on YouTube. We got 20K, 25K. Okay, y'all coming with it tonight. 20K, 10K, period. We got some heavy hitters in the chat. Listen, Angel said uncapped amount, period. King Ogun said 90K, period. Shoot for the stars. Listen, all the income that you guys put into this chat, all of that is attainable. You just have to find how many beds you need to get to your financial freedom number. Now, I'm going to show you guys how I was able to get to my first 10K months. When I tell y'all this is the business that got me my first 6 figures, I never made 6 figures in my life until I started providing safe housing to individuals in need. Now, I'm going to break the numbers down for y'all so you can see how attainable it is to get to 10K months. Mama Keisha said, can I ask, is your class 3,000 to join your program? I'm cracking up. I don't have no class that's $3,000. No. Now, if you want to do one-on-one coaching with me, then you're going to pay those type of prices. But I don't even have no spots open for VIP one-on-one coaching right now anyway. But when I tell you I don't charge them type of prices, my students is in the chat, but they can attest. I'm getting my students paid and they're not spending all that money to learn this information. And that's the thing I love about me. This is what makes me different from anybody else that's in the market that's teaching this, because number one, I make this information accessible to a lot of everyday people. And I know it's people out here charging 5K for this information. They charging 3K for this information. I don't do that. We got somebody popping in the chat. What we say? Shanti said, I bought her course in April for $150, had my keys June, and cash flowing 4K per house. Listen. Period. Clock that T. We got a receipt in the chat. Shanti said, listen, y'all. Shanti said she bought her course with me in April for $150. She had her keys June and cash flowing 4K per house. I'm about to break the numbers down for y'all. But y'all be sitting on the sidelines. Y'all be sitting on the sidelines twiddling y'all thumbs. And my students is really coming in this business and running laps around a lot of people. While y'all trying to scrape up 3K to learn the knowledge. When I tell y'all my prices are very attainable and affordable for a lot of everyday people, that's why I don't sit here and discount myself. That's why I don't beg nobody to buy what I offer, because I know it works. So does it matter what city you're in? No, I have students everywhere. Listen, y'all, if you have homelessness in your area in any state, you can do this. And homelessness is practically everywhere. There is not anywhere in this country that you're not going to find homelessness unless it's like the super wealthy areas. And I don't teach y'all to get started in those type of areas anyway. So, but yes, so let me break down how to get to 10K months in this business. Now, I told you guys, so I'm gonna give you guys the example of my very first house. She the GOAT, been following you, can't wait to purchase your course. Period. Where my eyes at? We gotta get these trolls up out of here. We got some weirdos in my chat tonight. Hold on, y'all. I gotta block some weirdos out the chat. You always had them ones. But no, it does not matter what city you're in. As long as you have homelessness in your city, then you can do this. I just wouldn't recommend starting in no wealthy area because this is not the market for that. This ain't the market for that. I don't teach y'all that. But yes. Now, so let's get to 10K months because that's what a lot of y'all said that 10K is your freedom number. So I'm going to show you guys how attainable it is to get to 10K months. Now, I'm going to give you guys the example of my very first house. I'm going to tell you how much it cost for me to get into that house, what my rent is, the bills, and everything. Now, my very first house was a 4-2. That's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Typically, I tell my students to start out with 4-2s. However, if you don't have access, if I know in some parts of the country, a 4-2 may be very expensive. So sometimes a student may start out with a 3-1 or a 3-2. And that's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. If you understand what I'm saying, drop got it in the chat. If y'all get it, type got it in the chat. So you want to start out with a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom if you can, but if not, you can do a 3-1 or a 3-2. If you got it, type got it in the chat. Now, period. Got it, period. Now, for a 4-2, you can get a minimum of 8 beds in that location, right? Now, my very first house, I put 9 beds. But because we're doing 2 to a room, y'all, we're doing 2 individuals to 1 room. So the room's got to be big enough to put at least 2 twin beds. So we got to be realistic. I'm not putting queen beds in there. I'm not putting no California king. We not doing none of that. Half of these people, they're comfortable with a twin bed because most times they sleeping on a thin mat anyway. So a twin bed is just fine for a lot of these individuals that we house. So for a 4-2, you want to put a minimum of 8 beds in that house. Now, if you got a 3-2 or a 3-1, you want to put a minimum of 6 people in that house to make your money. Now, so for my very first house, y'all, I put 9 beds in there, and I'm gonna break down the prices for y'all so y'all can see what my very first house is bringing me in. Now, 8 of the beds I was charging $750 because it's a share, right? So 8 beds, I'm bringing in $6,000 a month. However, I was able to add 1 extra bed and convert it to a private room. So I charge $1,000 for that private room. So let's add that 1,000 in here. Now, so my very first house, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, y'all, is bringing me in $7K a month. This is money that I did not have to slave for. I did not have to stand on my feet and sling an Amazon package. I did not have to work long hours. If you would like to make an extra 7K a month, drop 7K in the chat. Did the private room have a bathroom? Nope. They were sharing just like the rest of everybody else. Everything is shared in the house, y'all. If you could use an extra 7K a month, drop 7K in the chat because a lot of y'all ain't making this at y'all 9 to 5, if we being honest. A lot of y'all ain't seeing this type of money at your 9 to 5. I'm gonna break down what the rent is. I'm gonna break down all this. So just give me a moment. Girl ain't. Period. Listen, that's not trying to put y'all down. Y'all need to listen. When I tell you housing the homeless was a business that has made me financially free, y'all need to tap in. Tap in. This is the new wave because people can't afford to rent whole houses anymore. People cannot afford to rent apartments anymore. The cost of living is going up in this country. Now, yes, this is gross, but I'm gonna break down the net. So just hold on. We gonna get there. But that's still good money. A lot of people is not seeing 7K gross in their 9 to 5, if we being real. Now, you might be thinking, baby, why I said LPN and still ain't what? See, this is why y'all need to listen up. This is why I'm teaching you guys how to add an additional income to your 9 to 5 where You can have the option if you don't want to work, you don't have to, but you can still work your 9 to 5. I'm not going to tell y'all to quit y'all 9 to 5 after you start your houses, but when you start seeing how effortless this money come in, y'all, when you start seeing how impactful it is, the work that we do and the people that we're helping, you're going to want to go all in on this. And you're going to want to go all in on this. Now, I'm teaching you guys how to get to 10K a month. So stay with me. Stay with me. Now, so for my first house, my rent, y'all, is only $1,850. So let's subtract $1,850 out of the gross rent, right? So let's take out $1,850. After we take out rent, we're left with $5,150. This is still good money, y'all. This is still good money. $5,150 is still good money. Now, typically, I tell my students to budget anywhere between $500 to $800 a month in utilities and bills and miscellaneous things like that. However, for this house here, my utilities never go over $500. My utilities are typically at like 400 and something a month. However, for the sake of the example, I'm going to subtract 500 just to give you guys an idea of what's left over, even after we pay out the utilities, the Wi-Fi, all of that stuff. So let's take that out. So let's take out 500. Now this is net for the ones in the chat that's talking about, well, that's gross, that's gross. Now this is all profit, y'all, $4,650. This is still good money. A lot of y'all listen. Are y'all taking this home at y'all 9 to 5? No, this is $4,650. You did not have to slave for. You only had to set up your house one time, keep your beds filled, and make sure everything is running smoothly. Make sure everything is running smoothly. Now, for the ones that's in the chat that's saying, oh, I want to hit 10K months. I want to hit 10K months. Let me show you guys how to get to 10K months when it comes to the bed. Because remember, we get paid by the bed. The way to know how to hit your income goal, you have to know how many beds you're going to need to get to your goal. Now, for the ones that said they want 10K months, let's say we got 16 beds. 16 beds, y'all, is only 2 houses. Drop 2 in the chat. And 2 houses, honestly, y'all, is so manageable. When I tell you, when you hear 16 people, it sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. Now, 16 people paying $750 per bed. This is $12K a month. This is $12K a month, y'all, that you did not have to slave for. You did not have to be shackled to your house to bring in this $12K a month. Even though it's gross, this is still money that you ain't had to break a sweat over. Just from you setting up your house one time and letting it pay you every single month. Somebody asked, do you get a staff? No staff is needed for the business model that I teach you guys. When I tell y'all these houses run itself, I go on vacation, I get on planes, I live my life. You don't have to babysit the people that we house, y'all. The demographics that I teach my students to go after, you don't have to sit here and babysit them. Let me tell you guys the best type of people you want to house, right? So I'm going to tell you guys the different demographics that you can house in this business. And I'm going to tell you guys the demographic that I enjoy housing. Shanti said, I be out. Listen, when I tell y'all, you do not have to sit there and babysit your people. That's why I teach you guys to house independent adults. We're not housing bedbound people. We're not housing dementia patients. We're not housing that. That's why I tell y'all anybody can start this up. There is nothing illegal about providing safe housing to independent people. So y'all got to wake up and stop letting people put fear in y'all. A lot of people telling you, oh, you need a license for that. You need a zone in. You need to build insurance. You don't need none of that. That's why I tell y'all to follow my blueprint. You follow my blueprint. You bypass all of that nonsense. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, y'all. So these are the type of demographics that you can house. Now, there's so many different populations that you can house. I want everybody in the chat before I tell you guys, I want everybody in the chat to drop what type of people you would like to house in your house. So drop the demographic because I know y'all heard of this business model before. What type of people would you like to house in your house? Is it travel nurses? Is it seniors? Is it veterans? I want to hear from y'all who y'all want to house in your houses. And I'm going to tell you guys the different type of demographics that you can house. Now, Deja said vets. I said travel nurses, vets. Who else? Are y'all talking to me on TikTok? I mean, on FB? Senior, recovery. Reentry, veterans. Okay, veterans is a hot topic tonight. Seniors only, veterans, senior women. Somebody said single moms. Wealthy said all, period. Desiree said anyone. Listen, that's a trick question, y'all. I just tricked y'all. But our job as housing providers is to provide housing to anyone in need, all people in need, y'all. I don't want you to put yourself in a box of, oh, I only want to house veterans. I only want to house seniors. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, let me tell you guys a different type of demographics that you can house. So you can house all of the ones that y'all are correct. Angel said, anyone making money and needing a place to live, clock that to you must have been here before, because that's you know how I'm coming. Now, listen, y'all, you can house people that are coming home from prison, people coming home from jail. You can house people that are seniors. You can house veterans. Eddie said fair house. I'm cracking up. Yes. So we want to provide housing to all y'all. You can provide housing to what else? People in recovery, people that are disabled but can still live independently. You can provide housing to people living with HIV, people that are in the trans community. Now, with that being said, let me tell y'all some of my favorite people to house. My favorite people to house are veterans, seniors, people that are disabled, anybody that get a check, and the guys coming home from prison. And I'm gonna tell you why. The main thing that you need to be concerned about is does this individual have money, and are they willing to follow the rules? And this is how I determine who I'm gonna house. Number one, do you get a check every month? If so, welcome home. Are you willing to follow these rules and live alcohol and drug free? Welcome home. That's really my only criteria, y'all. Oh, and they have to be able to live independently. Now, the minute they start needing medications and 3 meals a day, listen, this ain't the place for you. You don't qualify for independent housing. Everybody is not going to be a good fit for independent housing, y'all. That's why you have to know how to properly screen these people. And that's how I teach you how to screen inside of my class. But the main demographics that I love that gives me little to no problems are my seniors, my veterans, my people that get a check. I love the ones that's a little slow. And then I love the people that are coming home from prison, because guess what? They follow the rules and they listen. And then also, anytime they get out of line, guess what? I'm calling your PO. Hello, officer so-and-so, I would like to report. Yeah, those are the type of people, the people you want to house, y'all. People that are willing to pay, people that really have nowhere else to go. Now, the minute you start trying to house them working people, them people that, they in between jobs, it gets a little tricky. And you will not have a stable business, y'all. You will not have a stable business. I teach my students how to run this, how to get paid, and how to take out all of that hassle. When you focus on housing people that get a guaranteed income, guess what? You're not going to have to chase them down for no money. When I tell you the people that I house, they call me, I got your money, come and get it. Like you don't have to worry about them not paying their money every single month, because guess what? If it's not for you, they have nowhere else to go. So when you prioritize housing people that get guaranteed money, and they're willing to follow rules, that's who you want to go after. That's who you want to go after, y'all. So I want y'all to change your mindset. We're not only housing one demographic. We are not housing only one demographic. We are housing everyone in need that gets money. Like, who are you to turn somebody down that get a check every month and they ready to come in? For the ones that said they only want to house veterans, and listen, I seen it firsthand because I take the coaching calls, and I've had one girl book a call with me, and she said, I had my house for like 2 months and I can't get nobody in it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And when I asked her the question, I said, well, what's the demographic that you're housing? Veterans. I said, that's the problem right there. I said, you have to open up who you can house. You have to open up who you can house. Like, when y'all be one track minded, you're gonna shut yourself down before you even start. So don't listen to all the cap on the internet that's telling you, oh, you can get 1,200 per bed for this pop. You gotta open your minds up. We are in a business to help people and make money at the same time. So you still have to think as a business owner, not just, oh, I only want 1,200 per bed. If you got 8 beds in there that's sitting empty, you're not making money. So you can definitely put a whole bunch of populations under one roof, and I do it and it works just fine. It works just fine. So that's why I teach you guys. You want to set this up the right way and don't put yourself in a box. And don't put yourself in the box. So, period. Now, you might be thinking, well, how do I get started in this business? How can I learn from you? How can I invest in your program? If you want to become a student, drop student in the chat, and I'm gonna teach you guys how you can learn from me step by step, how you can set this up in your cities and your states, because I have students everywhere, not just in Georgia, not just in Florida. I got students everywhere, y'all. If you want to know how to become a student, drop student in the chat. Drop student in the chat, and I'm gonna show you guys how, because I'm gonna stop offering my programs very soon. So this is a time to join the winning team. And when I tell you the success rates of my students is really next level, they really next level. Period. So here's what we're gonna do. So I have a bundle that I teach you guys step by step, and inside the bundle, it's a video. It's not an ebook. So it's a video of me teaching a class, and it's almost 3 hours long. You can go at your own pace, and you have access to the material for life. And outside of just the video, you have all the forms that we use to run a successful and smooth housing program. Remember, y'all, you are not landlords. We don't give out leases. All the documents that I use in my housing program to run successfully is in my bundle. Now, to get the bundle, it's currently on sale while I'm on this live. And if you want to become a student, you have to invest in a bundle. And once you get that bundle, you get ongoing coaching from me and my business partner, Jay Rich, inside of our exclusive FB community. Inside of the FB community. Now, what you're gonna do is I'm gonna set a timer for 5 minutes because I have to get off soon. So for everybody that joins in the next 5 minutes, you will get ongoing mentorship and access to me inside of the community. Up the scroll, also link. Yeah, that's my business partner. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how to invest and become a student and learn from the queen, because all my students is to the top for them. If you want to learn from one of the best in the business, top 2 and not number 2, on YouTube, you're gonna hit the drop down in the description, and it says click here to become a student. That's how you do. Inside on TikTok, what you're gonna do, you're gonna go to I'm ready to drop the links, mama. You're gonna go to my profile picture, click right up there. Once you click there, another box is gonna come up. And once you click on that box, it's gonna take you to my TikTok page. Let me show you. And for the first 2 that check out, the first 2 people that get their bundle, they're going to get something special. And I want you guys to come back and say, got it, when you got it. Hold on, let me show you. All right. Now, once you go to my profile, you're going to click where it says Stand Store. Click where it says Stand Store. And the bundle is the very first one. It's currently on sale. No code needed. No code needed. Somebody drop no code needed in the chat. And we also have Klarna and Afterpay. If you want to use a payment plan to join, I believe it's $80 today to join. If you want to use Klarna and Afterpay. So what you're going to do, you're going to hit this drop down button and sign up for either Klarna or Afterpay. So once you go get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys what to do next to get the ongoing coaching and how to get ongoing mentorship from me. Now, if you're on YouTube, you're going to click on this drop down button, and it's going to take you to my stand link. That's how you become a student. I'm currently not doing any one-on-one coaching. I'm going to open up spots for my one-on-one coaching probably sometime next month. But the best way to learn from me, the best way to become a student and join the winning team, you have to invest in my bundle. And also, I'm going to be in Tampa March 28th. So I don't know if I have anybody in the chat that's in Tampa or that's willing to come out to Tampa and learn in person, but we're going to do some in-person learning. And even if you are a student, you get access to attend Tampa at a discounted rate inside the community. So once let me set my timer. Hey, Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. So you guys have access for 5 minutes to become a student. Hey, Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. Once you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join the ongoing coaching. Get in here, get in here, get in here. Let me show y'all. Once you get it, come back and say, got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join the ongoing coaching. Hazel said, got it, period. Welcome to the winning team. Welcome to the winning team. So FB, what you're going to do, it should be linked in this live stream. But if it's not linked in the live stream, what you're going to do, you're going to go to my profile. You're going to go to my profile and click on the link right here. Once you click on that, it's going to open up and you're going to click on the bundle. The bundle is how to become a student. Period, Richard. Richard said, get the replay with the docs. Listen, talk to him. Talk to him. So shout out to all my action takers in the chat. Shout out to all my trophies. I call my students my trophies because honestly, the success rate of my students is next level. Is honestly next level. They win it. It's to the top for them. I got students that are single mothers. I got students that are felons doing their biggest one. One of my students, his name is Tony. He had just came home from prison. Tony got approved for a house to start his housing program, and he already up and running. So when I tell y'all, I take everyday people and turn them into impactful earners, impactful CEOs. It's really real over here. And my students is in this chat. So period. Join the winning team. Now, I put the timer on. Richard said, I'm a felon. Listen, we don't discriminate over here. It's room for everybody at the top. And I tell y'all, as long as you got a work ethic and a business mind, anybody can thrive in this business. And that's what I love about independent housing, because this is the only business that nobody's coming to inspect you. Nobody's coming to check your beds. Nobody's coming to check your background. Anybody can win as long as you focus on providing safe and structured living to the individuals that you provide housing to. Nobody's going to bother you. When I tell y'all the city cannot clock my tea, I've been running this business since 2021 and the city has never clocked my tea, and they can't. They came to my house one time, but guess what? They couldn't say nothing to me, so they went on their way. So I really teach everyday people how to get paid from impacting their community through providing safe housing. And if you're in this live stream and you want to become a student, my program is currently discounted while I'm on this live. And we got like 3 minutes left. If you still want to become a student and you want me to show you how, drop me in the chat. If you want to become a student and you want to learn from the queen, drop me in the chat. Can you talk more about Tampa? All right. Yeah. So Tampa event, y'all. Tampa event, our in-person events is going to be next level. And I teach you guys how to get paid from housing, right? But we got some heavy hitters that's going to be in Tampa that's going to be teaching you guys how to get paid from offering different wraparound services for your houses. So when I tell you guys housing is just the foundation, housing is really the foundation, and housing opens up the doors for you to make so much money from different avenues. But I like to teach you guys one thing, because God is not a God of confusion, and I don't want to confuse you and overload you with information. But once you set up that one house, I already told you guys, if you set up one house the right way and you have 4K coming in like clockwork that you don't have to slave over, the sky is the limit, honestly. Tasha said me. All right, so we ain't got nobody else on TikTok that want to become a student and learn how to get paid from housing the homeless, that want to join the winning team. You don't need no license for this. You might be kind of late. I already went through that earlier today. So Tasha, what you're gonna do is currently on sale while I'm on this stream. You're going to click on my profile. It should be linked in this chat, but it's not linked in this chat. Got it. Period. Shout out to Ami. Shout out to my action takers. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. We have team members of over 10 houses. Listen, y'all, we got people in the community that got over 10 houses up and running. 10 houses, 2 houses, 3 houses. So when I tell y'all you can take this housing thing as far as you want to take it, this is different. So we really impacting and we getting money at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with getting both. Some people be like, oh, that's messed up. You shouldn't be charging these people to stay. Like, we're running a business. Are we not supposed to be paid for our business? Like, this is not a nonprofit. I don't teach you guys to start nonprofits. I teach you how to start for-profit businesses and get paid. We really getting paid. So if you are on FB and you want to become a student, what you're going to do is, let's see, what's going on with my connection? You are going to click on my profile if it's not in this live stream. Click on the link that says Stand Store. Once you click on that, you're going to scroll to where it says get my bundle. This is how you become a student. Once you become a student, and once y'all get y'all bundle, don't leave. I'm going to show you how to join the community and get ongoing coaching. So you're going to click on where it says get my bundle. It's the very first one, and this is going to come straight to y'all email. So make sure you type the right email in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, but at checkout. And let me show you guys how to use Klarna and Afterpay. You can get it for as low as, I believe, $80 today. So you're going to go at checkout and you're going to click the drop down, and it's going to say either Klarna or Afterpay. So of course you have to get approved for that, but Either or. Got it. Me, period, my Laura. My Arla, period. Shout out to all my trophies. My Klarna ain't working. Okay, I'm going to hold on for you. Now, for once you get it, come back and say got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to join the community and get ongoing support. And this is the thing. A lot of y'all be getting a bundle. Y'all be becoming the students, but y'all don't join the community. And when I tell you the community is next level, the community is honestly where you're going to elevate on your journey, because you cannot do life alone, y'all. You cannot build a business by yourself. And that's why you need to join the community with other housing providers, other people that's with the same mindset as you, the same goal, that's looking to go further in their journey. When I tell y'all we vent in this community, we have free monthly meetups where you can come on and ask your questions. You can get the help that you need. Noah said, got it. Shout out to my trophies in the chat. So let me show you guys how to join the community for all my students, all my trophies. Shout out to y'all for y'all doing y'all biggest one. Let me show you how to get ongoing support on your journey. Once you become a student, you have forever access to me inside of this exclusive community. It's called Independent Housing Community. And the only way to join is to become a student. And the only way to become a student is to get my bundle. If you're not a student, you cannot have access to me, y'all. My energy is very exclusive and I don't play about my time. The only people that I pour into are my students. Unless you get a ticket to the Tampa meetup, you're not about to have access to me. You're not about to be talking me down in my DMs all day. I'm really a businesswoman in real life, y'all. When I'm not on these internets, I'm building businesses. I am building businesses. I'm pouring back into myself. So my time is very valuable. If you want to have access to me, y'all have to come to the meetups. They are free and they are virtual, and you have to join the community. Anybody can ask questions in here, y'all. Like, we really help people. People drop their wins, they drop their questions. You can tag me in your question. I'm gonna see it. So that's why you want to join the community. So once you request a community, make sure you guys put the emails that you purchased with to be approved. Make sure you put the email. If you don't put your email, it's not going to get through, because anybody can't just join this. This is not a free situation. You're going to have to invest in yourself to get access to me. You're going to have to invest in yourself to get access to me and my students and my winners and my trophies. So this is very exclusive, and this is the best community that's on Facebook right now that's winning. We got the most students that's really winning in this industry. A lot of people that y'all see on TikTok that's teaching, guess what? They came from this pipeline, y'all. They came from this circle of winners. They came from this community of winners. So if you want to attach yourself to a winner, join the winning team. Heavy on that. Join the winning team. You want to attach to a winner. Monique said, just got back on. How do I get to the group? Okay, perfect. So for all my trophies in the chat, all my action takers that invested in themselves and joined the winning team, shout out to you for doing your biggest one. The replay bundle, yes, Reed, that's the best thing to invest in. So it's on Facebook. It's called Independent Housing Community. I mean, I can't say that for TikTok. It's on FB. So this is what it looks like. And listen, y'all, if you don't have an FB account, just create one for this. Just create one. I promise you it's going to be worth it. Nobody's going to be clocking your tea. You can put a fake profile picture up. But if y'all missing out on this, you missing out on some good stuff. Just request it, period. So as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to let everybody into the community. But make sure you guys put your email that you purchased with to be approved. So put that in there. And then as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to let everybody in. Connect. So yes, if you already a student of mine, make sure you join the community, because you get access to me and ask me questions inside this community. A lot of y'all be asking me questions in my DMs, and them DMs get overwhelming. The best place to ask me a question, y'all, is in here, and just tag me. Just at me when you ask your question. But trust me, this is a community of winners. We really help people elevate in this group. How to become a student. So the best way to become a student is to get my bundle that's currently on sale while I'm on live. I think my timer went out. But you're going to click on my profile right up here. Another box is going to pop up. Click on my face again. And once you click on my face, it's going to take you to my page. Once you get to my page, click where it says Stand Store. And the bundle is the very first one. It's currently on sale, no code needed. Currently on sale, no code needed. And then if you want to do Klarna and Afterpay, you scroll all the way down and you click on this drop down right here. Now, hold on. Somebody asked me something about Tampa. When are you going to Tampa and where do I buy a ticket? So Natasha, Tampa is going to be March 28th. Actually, y'all, it's going to be a 2-day event. So March 28th is the main event. And then we have brunch and networking on Sunday, which is on the 29th. And the best way to get a ticket, let me post it inside of here. So let me show the link. And currently, y'all, tickets are going fast, so do not wait. Because when I tell y'all my events, our in-person events always sell out. Y'all be waiting to the last minute. And I believe we got Klarna and Afterpay for the tickets as well. So if you want to do Klarna and Afterpay for the tickets, you definitely can. But in the Tampa meetup, it will not be recorded. And listen, the speakers that we have in Tampa, we're not going to have them again. So we're going to be teaching you guys how to get extra money from your housing program through different wraparound services, like starting up a transportation company. We're going to be talking about how to start up a day program. It's going to get deep at the Tampa meetup, y'all. So you want to get into the room. Do not miss out. When I tell you our community is next level, the people that we have in our network is really next level. Do not miss Tampa. Do not miss Tampa. You would be doing yourself a disservice, honestly. And then you're going to have access to me in person and my business partner Up to Score. He's going to be there as well. And we two are the best in the business. Honestly, we really the top two. So if you're not learning from me or him, you're really not trying to win. So I would say get your ticket to Tampa. Get your ticket to Tampa and stop playing so much and join the winning team. Because our students is really next level. For those who make Tampa, can we not? For that, I'm gonna have to talk to Jay, but typically we want y'all to get into the room. That's the beauty of getting into the room, y'all. That's just it. Like, I'm the type of person where you got to take action. You got to be there. If you're not there, you might miss out on the opportunity. That's why I tell y'all, when I put my programs on sale, when I offer my programs for y'all, success loves speed. Do not put off today, tomorrow, what you can do today, because guess what? The opportunity might not be available next week. It might not be. And I tell people I might not be teaching forever. I wish that weekend was so I could make it. Yeah, I don't know. We might run it back in another city, but it's not guaranteed. That's why I tell y'all, when you come up, successful people, they move, they take action. We don't sit here and research things for 10 years and wait to listen. If it's something I want, y'all, I'm going to go out there and get it. I'm going to find a way to get the money. I'm going to use the Klarna. I'm going to use the Afterpay. Listen, I tell y'all to use Klarna and Afterpay. That's the best way to do it. One of my top students, her name is Majesty. She used Klarna and Afterpay, and she got 3 houses up and running, and she in Arizona. She a single mother. Let me show you how to join the community. So for my students in the chat, what you're going to do is you're going to go to FB, and you're going to type in this right here. It's called Independent Housing Community. And make sure you put the email. You have to answer the questions to be approved. If you don't answer the questions, it's not going to be approved. But this is where you're going to get ongoing coaching on your journey once you become a student. So for all my students in the chat, all my trophies that invested in themselves and joined the winning team, shout out to you. It's to the top for you. But this is the community that you get access to me, my business partner, and my success students, and my other students. We got students from pretty much all 50 states in here, y'all. We really do. It's like I coached over 2.8K students. Honestly, I coached over 3,000 students, but everybody don't have Facebook, so they don't be in the group, but it's really next level. But this is the account, y'all. This is the account that you get ongoing mentorship in. So even after you watch your bundle, after you watch your replay and you still have questions, this community right here is where you're going to get the questions answered. Yeah, you use my name for the question. Yeah. Shout out to Bougie Budget Lady. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the level 2. Shout out to my new member on YouTube. So yeah, put my name and then put your email. Foundation said, I wish I could come to Tampa. My house opens 4/1. Shout out to you. Let's go. Where are you located, Foundation? Are you one of my trophies? Are you one of my trophies? Does it include any one-on-one? You missed out that opportunity. It don't include that. So you missed out. Can I sign up to be a student on FB? So Kay Renee, you have to be my student. You have to get the bundle in order to get access to the community. It's not like a situation that you can pay to get into. The only way to get into my community, you have to invest in my bundle that's currently on sale while I'm on this live stream talking to y'all right now. But honestly, that's the only way. Or get a ticket to Tampa. So the only way to join the community, you have to either attend an in-person event or invest in my bundle. That's the only way to get access to me. So to get the bundle on TikTok, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on that, a box is going to pop up. Click on my face again. Once you click on that, it's going to take you to my profile. Let me pull it up. It's going to take you to my profile, and you're going to click where it says Stand Store. Once you click Stand Store, the bundle is the very first one in my storefront. It's pretty much the only thing besides Tampa that's in my storefront. And then if you want to use Klarna and Afterpay, I recommend all of y'all to use Klarna and Afterpay because you get the most bang for your buck and it breaks it down into payments. And I believe with Klarna and Afterpay, you just pay $80 today. And it comes straight to your email, y'all. It comes straight to your email. So you don't have to wait on it. TJ said, got it. Shout out to you. Period. Noah said, thanks, Lynn. I'm going to watch the video. Period. Welcome to the winning team, Noah. Shout out to all my trophies in the chat. Once you become a student of mine, you become my trophy. So the sky is the limit. Stay plugged into the community. And honestly, the success is inevitable for you. But make sure you have the right mindset and make sure that you in it for the right reasons and put the work in, y'all. For real. Because our success rates is next level. Paid the $325 thanks to tax season. Shout out to you, Moni. Period. Shout out to them tax season. Listen, y'all, this is the best way to invest your tax money because, like I told y'all, one house. My student is in the chat. She just said her one house that she has is clearing her over $4K a month. $4K. When I tell y'all, you set up a house one time and that one house can pay you for life until you either close it down or until you cancel your lease. But like I told you, I had my house since 2021. I'm still getting paid from that house right now, and I don't own that property. And listen, I know it's plenty of coaches on the internet that's teaching this, but ain't nobody having the success that I'm having. Ain't nobody having the success that my students are having. So you might want to do your research and check to see if they got success stories under them because nobody's having motion the way my students is having motion. Amanda said, baby, I need 4K a month, Lord. No, yes, 4K profit. Yes, 4K profit. Honestly, to keep it modest for y'all, when I tell y'all inside of the bundle, because I teach y'all from A to Z in the bundle, how much you should be making for per house. But typically, even if you're profiting anywhere between $1,500 to $2K a month, you're still doing good. I profit over that, but just to keep it modest, as long as you're making anywhere between $1,500 to $2K that you didn't have to slave for, you're still doing good. When I tell y'all our landlords is not making what we making. Diamond said, Lane, I just got added as a referral for the local veterans department. I'm so excited. Let's go. My students is in the chat heavy tonight. My students is really having motion, and y'all sitting on the sidelines twiddling y'all thumbs, and we running laps. We running laps around all of y'all, and we just everyday people. We are not nurses. We are not CNAs. We are just everyday people who betted on ourselves, and we went all in on our dreams. So why not you? What's stopping you from building a life for your dream through starting your own housing program? I'll wait. But me and mine is to the top. We got options. We living how we want to live. We not sitting here asking for permission. We going out there and taking it. We building a life of our dreams. Mrs. Pride said, I got a partnership with the shelter and DV program as well. Listen, they popping it. They popping it tonight. My trophies is not playing with y'all. Yeah, Monique, it comes straight to you. If you type your email incorrectly, everything comes straight to you. So to all my trophies, all my students that invested in themselves tonight, make sure you check your spam or your promotions folder because sometimes it goes there. In the event you do not get your download, make sure you either inbox me or email me because sometimes you guys type your emails incorrectly. So that's why it don't come, but just inbox me if you don't get it. And then I will definitely send that to you. But it should be in your spam. Most time it goes to your spam. But just send me a DM, and then as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna send that right back to you. Markia said, Lane, just working the plan has opened so many doors. Distressed landlords are ready to sell. Listen, they not hearing you though. They not hearing you though. I want to screenshot that, but I know this phone gonna act weird if I screenshot. But somebody screenshot that and send it to me in my inbox, please. But listen, my students is having real motion, real receipts. Shout out to all my action takers in the chat. Y'all doing y'all biggest one. For the ones of y'all that's waiting on the sideline, this opportunity ain't always going to be available because guess what? I'm about to stop teaching soon. And I'm not going to tell y'all when. I'm going to just up and be doing something the next time. Like you should have took action. And guess what? All of my students are my students. They're my students for life. We live for life. So And even though I won't be teaching housing on my platforms anymore or housing programs, I still gonna have my houses running, y'all. When I tell you providing safe housing to individuals in need, this is money that is just this is money that makes you feel fulfilled, and it comes every single month like clockwork. Mrs. Pride says she's gonna be on the jet. Y'all listen, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be flying into y'all cities. Be like, let me check on your house, Monique. Mrs. Pryor, where you at? Where you located? I'm flying to you. I'm flying to you next week. I gotta come check that house out, see what y'all got going on. That's how I'm gonna be. Listen, y'all better stop playing so much. My students is really taking off. My students is really taking off. So you better join the winning team. I tell you, you can elevate with me or watch me elevate. But either way, it's to the top for me and mine. I'm gonna be flying to y'all cities. Like, what's up? Where the houses at? Let me see what your bed's looking like. Let me see who we got up in here. That's how we get down in our community, y'all. That's why you want to join the winning team. It's bigger than money over here. It's real impact being made, real motion, real financial freedom. So get with it or get left behind. But this is a new wave. Housing is not going anywhere. There's gonna always be a need for housing in this economy, y'all. Been watching y'all for 6+ months. It's my turn. Listen, talk to him, Monique. The time is now. Stop waiting. Stop waiting to change your life. When I tell you I got students coming in here that's just taking off, so why can't that be you? But shout out to y'all for being on the live tonight. I hope you guys were encouraged. I hope I spoke some life into you. I hope I gave you some type of motivation to go out there and build something impactful, build something that can change your life and pour back into your community at the same time. But I will see you guys next time. Thank you for tuning in and love y'all. Good night.